We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them unique. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM, welcome back to the channel. In this video, breaking down a portfolio of altcoins for 2024. So what I'm going to do in this one is just highlight the three categories that I am very, very confident will absolutely cook during this bull market and have outrageous returns. There are, of course, more categories and more coins than what I'm going to discuss here. So do not get butthurt if your coins are not in here or if I miss out a category, because I know for certain these three categories are going to go batshit crazy. And so I can put a lot of confidence in that. I've done the research. I spent too many hours on the PC here over the last few years looking at crypto, understanding the kind of way the market reacts and stuff, and having spent a full previous cycle and seen things from bear to bull and bear again, and now into the new bull market, I think I'm in a decent position to actually say, look, these three categories are ones you want to have allocations in. Of course, not financial advice. So let's speed run through things here, starting off with Solana. So Solana being the home chain for the majority of users this cycle. So I think it's clear to see from the data, Solana is going to be the chain of choice for most people due to the fact fees elsewhere are a bit high, or there's not enough to do on these other chains. They haven't been well developed enough as of yet. You're seeing things like Defi having their home on Solana. You're seeing meme coins have their home on Solana and all the shenanigans that comes with that. People gambling essentially on memes. And so in my mind, you want to have a core basis of a token like this, an L1 gas token like Solana, due to the fact if this is the chain that has the most number of crypto users on it, it means all those users who touch this chain will have to own some SOL in their wallets to utilize it for gas, and they're likely to also invest in the chain. That is just how things work out here. So if you denominate your portfolio into a token like SOL for the cycle, use that as your kind of cash position or the token you're wanting to accrue more of via selling into this from other tokens that you may do well on, I think you'll be in a very good position come the end of the cycle or whenever you're thinking of cashing out. So for me, the denominator this cycle is SOL, and it is doing very well, outperforming all the other layer 1 blockchains and layer 2s combined. The numbers speak for themselves. So sector number 1 here is the meme coins. This in a way is the most volatile assets, but also the most almost guaranteed one to do the biggest returns. You can call this a misallocation of capital, but what will happen during bullish trends, you have people pour into the markets to get crypto returns, these crypto gains that many people have talked about. Now, you haven't really seen crypto gains, which means big returns, huge multiples in any other sector really, apart from the meme coins. There have been widespread huge winners in meme coins, multiple 1000x potential plays. This is something that early crypto participants from like 2017 got to experience with random tokens. But here in 2024 still, it's still possible with meme coins to do ridiculously well. This obviously comes with huge risks. There are tons of shockingly bad ones out there. It's obviously hard to quantify what makes a good one and what makes a bad one, but timing the market here lets you kind of establish a basis of what is a good meme coin and the kind of cult-like community you need behind it. So sector number 1 here is the memes. I think we'll see multiple of these do huge amounts of returns. Currently, Doge is the number 1. My personal list here are tokens that I really like: Doge, Pepe, WIF, MOG, Popcats, the ticker Bitcoin, Retardio, and Upside Down Cat down there as well. I think there will be a cat meta. We have USDC, Popcats, and MOG, all cat-based coins. I think they'll do very well this cycle, and we know dogs always do well in crypto with the meme coins. Dogecoin likely to get pumped by Elon at some point, and also Pepe the Frog, unanimous with online internet culture. So my main picks here, dog with hat. This thing has been absolutely sending, and to be honest with you, it seems like it is the meme of this cycle, having come from nothing all the way to where it stands today at $2.3 billion. In the previous run, we had something similar happen with Shiba Inu token that reached a market cap, I believe, of $40 billion. So if Dog with Hat were to do what Shiba did, that of course is somewhere in the region of another 20x from here still. But typically in crypto, the cycles get bigger, the numbers get bigger each and every time. So I would suspect we'll get meme coins. Doesn't mean this one has to do that go bigger than what SHIB and Doge did last time out. Now this is a very viral meme. You're seeing it across articles by the likes of Bloomberg, Forbes, and others. So I think it has a huge case to go viral. Another one that's going viral, to be honest with you, is MOG, and it's being used by the general public right now. People like Zoomer Age are mogging, using the verb to mog in sentences. It has its own emoji. It's the point and the crying face cat, as you can see in the top left up there. And so this is almost entrenching itself in popular culture. Well, it already is in popular culture. So the fact that this has a meme coin on chain that you can buy as well, this thing's going to cook. It's already up to 300 mil. But I think it goes a lot higher. But these are just two examples, of course. Don't copy trade, do your own research. But that is it for the meme coins, a sector that we'll see huge amounts of people pour into because new entrants into this market don't want to do any research. They just want to buy the hot new meme coin. Now, sector number 2 is AI. Artificial intelligence is going to change the way we all live, and probably in a much quicker pace than most people expect. If you watch any of the recent OpenAI stuff, maybe around Sora, if you hear the Lex Friedman podcast with Sam Altman, some spooky stuff is coming with robotics. Potentially also gonna mean a lot of people are out of work in very quick time, to be honest with you. So what you're gonna see here is this is gonna get an allocation of capital from VCs like never before. People want to be part of this new industrial revolution, as it were. And so we're going to see huge valuations for these tokens in here. The market leaders at the moment, the likes of Render and BitTensor, around $4 billion. Recently, Sam Altman has requested $7 trillion to create more chips for AI. And so the compute resources required for AI are going to be absolutely phenomenal. There is not enough supply to meet the demand, and a load of these projects are going to go parabolic. So this is a sector that will definitely see misallocation of capital, but also a huge frenzy from retail as well. When you hear about AI and you realize, well, I don't have to be an accredited investor to invest in these cryptocurrencies. Some of these are probably going to do things that a lot of the centralized AI companies can't even do. I think we will see a flight of talent from centralized AI companies into decentralized AI companies, the likes of which you may be able to see on screen here. And I think this kind of shift will mean AI is actually finding its real home on blockchain. So rather simple thesis here, AI is the future. You have the opportunity to bet on it via crypto assets. Here is Render, just as one example. It's already breached its previous all-time high and is really off to the races here. And this one kind of in a way is like almost an Nvidia play, but in crypto. And so this has an easy kind of recognition for people who want to come and bid an AI asset. They go, what does Render do? Oh, it provides compute resource. It essentially allows you to render images, video, etc., and can almost be seen as a backbone piece of AI. So this market sector for me is definitely going to have one major bubble. And unlike the meme coins, smarter investors who maybe will overlook meme coins because they think it is beneath them and because, you know, they just see that as gambling, they'll have no problem betting on some AI coins. Then the third and final category here is gaming. And I believe this will get a serious bid due to the fact everyone has or is a gamer. When you've been growing up, you would have played games of some sort. Everyone enjoys gamification of things. Generally, all the apps, maybe socials, etc. that you're engaging with have gamified elements within them, and humans generally enjoy games. So what we're going to see probably during this year, maybe towards the end of this year, is some of these big name games, maybe like an Illuvium, maybe a shooting game like Shrapnel, something at some point is going to go seriously mainstream. And if 2021 was just the warm-up, gaming went absolutely bonkers in 2021. In 2024, 2025, once one of these games does break into the mainstream, there will be huge bids across this market, and things will go straight up to the top right-hand corner of all the charts as people will allocate capital into games. because for the first time you can really, as a normal investor, receive some of the upside of a game becoming popular. Think about it, you can't invest in Grand Theft Auto, but if you could, you probably would have made millions of dollars if you got in decently early. But with a lot of these games, you do have the ability to back the game financially by buying the underlying tokens. So two that I'm very, very interested in here. The first one is Echelon Prime. So this is a trading card game, plus it also has Parallel Colony coming as well. They're kind of at the intersection of AI and gaming. They have these AI agents that will be in game. So think about like the kind of NPC characters in a game. Typically, for example, you would just get used to the kind of way those NPCs work in a game. They have the kind of same patterns that repeat over and over and over, which makes a game a little bit boring sometimes, and the kind of environment you work in quite samey. But with these AI agents, they can have the ability to actually almost think for themselves, create new kind of connections. You're gonna be able to send them out on tasks. It's going to make the actual gaming experience a lot more immersive, I do believe. Having looked at some of the gameplay trailers, what's been cooking with these guys, and the fact they keep shipping and shipping and shipping more products, I think this is going to be something that sits between AI and gaming, and this kind of crossover of two huge narratives is something to not really ignore. Market cap is around $1 billion now. Yes, it has run up quite a bit, but there is a fixed total supply, 111 million tokens, various in-game sinks within which tokens are obviously taken from players, but they are reinvested back into the ecosystem. So there will be a circular economy around the Prime tokens. And I think this is potentially going to be one of the banger games of this cycle. And of course, you're getting exposure to not only a game with Parallel Colony, but also the trading card game as well, Parallel TCG. Do give it a research, super interesting stuff. The other one I'm very, very interested in as well is Crown, which is by Third Games. These guys have a full horse racing game utilizing NFTs and Crown as the token that kind of stimulates the economy. It's currently used to stimulate people to enter into races, like an incentive to race your horses. And it also allows for you to get a share, almost a rake, from revenues on various tracks. So there's numerous tracks, I think 6 in game. Horse races are going 24/7, 365 due to the fact, of course, these are virtual horses that are being raced. People have huge stables of them. They're racing them all the time. You're able to bet on the races because what's horse racing without betting? And so this is generating a lot of revenue. And so if you imagine this is a full horse racing and betting game that people are sweating about, spending tons of hours on here, doing their research, breeding their horses and more, and it's all financialized by a token you can stake and get a rake of track revenues. Rather crazy stuff. So I do think the gaming sector is another one that will go vertical during this cycle. Now, the last thing of note here for me is DeFi. So DeFi is generally quite broadly well overlooked, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't really invest into DeFi, but some of the protocols you can see on screen here allow for great passive income opportunities. This was the sector that actually peaked last during last cycle. So it was the kind of last embers. This all went vertical, which was kind of the signal for the end of the market, which shows you that people generally have this at the back of their minds if that were to play out again, you know. But there's not a huge hype around DeFi as of yet. But I do think with the institutional adoption we'll see in this cycle, DeFi will get a major bid in some way. A lot of these tokens, you can stake them. They give you rights to voting, maybe on gauges or other things that pay you out in revenues, either on a weekly, fortnightly, or even some on a kind of hourly or daily basis, constant streams of funds. So this, in a way, is like business ownership on chain. We know that the major churn in the market, as more people come into the markets, more trading will take place. DeFi is what actually captures some of that value. So as this market progresses, the churn through DeFi will continue to increase, and these tokens should go up in value. But primarily my thought is towards staking some of these tokens to actually receive passive income as the market cycle progresses. I will talk about this in more detail in a future episode around DeFi because you can't really summarize things in just 2 minutes here. But this is somewhere people will overlook but you can get very handsomely rewarded for participating in DeFi with certain tokens, some of which are on screen here for you. So the aim of the game for me is to make money in the sectors we've just seen, those top 3, and then plow some of those gains into a sector like DeFi to ensure I have passive income streams for years to come. But that is all from today's video, Portfolio Analysis 2024. Let me know what's in your bag down below. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.